Come on in. Let's check this out.
You need to go in that. See, and you don't. Do you know what's nice about this doorway? Is even someone like yourself can walk straight in. You don't have to turn sideways.
He went with the short fat man joke.
To get in.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Okay, as Aaron walks in, the first thing I want to point out is really what's at your fingertips. As you enter the travel trailer, too many times it will be in the dead of night where the stuff is not at your fingertip. So the point is, everything we're looking at here, your entire control panel, so your monitor system is here for all of the fun stuff. You have your, obviously, entertainment. They put the 110s here because a lot of times you might want to access outside and inside, so it utilizes from the counter space on down. Just because I'm pointing out stuff, you have directional. In a small travel trailer, you're determining where that flow of air is going at all times. And to get, without getting too involved in the control panel, to be able to monitor your travel trailer with the push of a button is kind of a cool thing. What can you add to the system here, Chris?
Right here, you can see that you can adjust. You can actually adjust the LED lights inside the trailer to brighten them up or to knock them down as you need to, just from a push button.
So you have a rheostat on all the lighting. So we can go high, we can go low. It's a beautiful thing.
And one thing that you should know, you know, when we were trying to determine what sort of system to put in here, we went with Furrion. I think Furrion is as good as it gets. You know, we looked at some other systems, the Jensen system and such. Dylan chose the Furrion, and we couldn't be more pleased with it.
Furrion from the industry, we know about their expertise with their camera systems. We know certainly about their expertise in audio visual. So once again, going with the best of the best, that's the way these guys roll. As you step into the trailer, I think the first thing that catches my eye is all of this beautiful maple cabinetry. The maple cabinetry, by the way, as you get involved with the walk around here, it is all solid construction. You have frame on frame, you've got dovetail construction. Basically what we've focused on here is high-end cabinetry, and then what? Making sure that not only it looks good, but functions the way it should. My friend Chris we're going to start with the dinette, which obviously is a drop-down double. You have this solid surface top.
Give him bunny ears on the way.
Keep in mind that most of the stuff you're going to see out there is going to be a banded laminate, but this table you're looking at here, solid surface, and it collapses to form obviously the double. But now he's going to come with some of the fun stuff. What's up, Chris?
Yeah, this is, I mean, it actually drops down into a legit 32 by 76 sleeping area. So, you know, that's, you know, sleep one or two additional people in here, and you've got headroom. You don't have cabinets really coming over top of your head. You can actually sit here. I mean, I've got quite a bit of space just sitting here. This is one of the things Dylan came up with, which is pretty cool, is the ability to have another TV monitor. This TV monitor, you can take it out and put it on the outside of the trailer if you'd like, but just with a push button, the TV monitor comes up into place. So if you're sitting here, you want to catch some news in the morning, you know, watch a little movie, whatever you want to do, you can just do it right here with the panel. It does come with remotes, but you've also got the panel up here to adjust it.
Keeping in mind, this isn't the only television monitor on what is relatively small platform. So not only do I find that cool, you have LED lamps in each of the corners, by the way, which will give you the reading capability. And they're just really kind of cool because they have an on-off system to the front. You're talking about your speaker access, both fore and aft on this. While we're talking about controls and such, I'm going to go straight up top here. This is your Dometic system. You've got dump valves. You've got the ability to determine where that airflow is going. Now, what is kind of cool about that is that you have the Onetouch Dometic system. If you will, this is a set it and forget it. It's as close to, I guess, it's just like home. Let's set the temperature and let's walk away. So I'm not faced with, oh, we got to set it on high, honey, and that's it, we're done. well then that's maintenance. You know, what you're doing here is setting a system that we're pretty familiar with because it's used by the highest end manufacturers in the business. Directly below that, you're going to see something kind of cool. This is your solar system. So what is the wattage that we have going on up here, Chris?
Almost everything that you're going to see is a standard feature to this trailer. There are a few options. Every trailer is going to come ZAMP solar ready. So that's going to be set up for you. This has the flexible 100 watt panel on top.
So what that means is you are keeping your battery in the game. I mean, that's just kind of the fun. Now, let's go to some quality features. We got pebbled glass. So this is a full glass door, and you can see it's gone to a magnetic catch. Travel lock involved there. But as you look at, I mean, I'm a small guy. And this guy, look at this guy. So not only does he fit, but he's got room to roam. Now, from the standpoint of the, tell me a little bit about how the interior is finished off in the lavatory.
The interior is finished off in such a way that from a wet to a dry point, basically you towel it off. There's nowhere for water to go except down. There's nowhere for it to get loose inside the trailer. So everything's going to come down through the drain. Everything's going to be waterproof in here. And like you said, you've got room to legitimately move around in here. And then I can always check myself out in the mirror, which is relevant. So
we've got a full-length mirror. I'll try to avoid that, but to Chris's point, it's kind of interesting that in a small, if you will, or compact frame travel trailer, most of the time you will have a wet lav where you're sitting down. You don't have the luxury of being, and this you could probably be a 6'4" guy and still have all that room to roam.
You've got storage pouches on the wall for things that you're going to need. You've got your shower, which is adjustable. The hot water, the cold water. You've got what you need in here.
As we move back, we're moving towards the galley. If I take a quick look, first thing that appears to me is solid surface tops. And I have access to my entire, if you will, cooktop area. That's beautiful. Also, deep well stainless. Deep well stainless with integrated high-rise. So now, look, I've got access to everything. This is, to me, one of the huge features on how they've really paid attention to detail. All of your cabinetry, since I got Aaron there, I've got my spice rack. But if I pull out one of these tables, what you're going to see is some of the cool stuff. You've got dovetail construction. These are all full plywood doors, cabinets. You have, look at the insert. And everything is on side-mounted steel rides. What that means is, once again, this is all about going into that high-end cabinetry concept and just building a travel trailer. In a small travel trailer, the size of this galley is beautiful. Undermount LEDs, but really what separates now, you see that now we've got microwave. So I have the luxury of having at my fingertips both the 2-burner range top and of course the microwave. As you see these, I love the detail on the doors, how they're fully framed maple using the brushed nickel hardware. And then of course this is kind of the game changer from some of the stuff that's out there. You have the big dog, if you will, refrigerator freezer. And once again, this is what we call the smart refrigerator, being that. Works off of propane, works off of electric. I can plug into my shore power. The moment I unplug from that, I can then switch directly over to propane. But it's got a memory. So once I get back to my campsite plugged back in, I am now back involved with my go-to resource, which is electric. Now, what the ladies are going to love, well, let's just say, now Baum wears more clothes than most women I know, I'm just saying. But he has a wardrobe in here, which to me, as far as I'm concerned, that's a walk-in wardrobe. You can adjust the shelving if you require shelving, if you require full-length wardrobe.
Which we do.
And then look at the pot and pan drawer. I mean, not only that, I have access to the entire drawer. which that's just attention once again to detail. As we make our way back, you have adjustable shelving on the inside of these wardrobe cabinets. And then we moved to the fun stuff, which is, talk a little bit about this, Chris.
Well, just before we get to that, do you know what one of the things that's hitting me right now is there's 3 of us inside this trailer, walking around comfortably. It's spacious. There's actually legit aisleways. You know, the height in here is 6'7", so there's all kinds of room for people to manage to maneuver around in here, and it just, you know, it's just kind of jumps at you.
So in travel trailers of this size, what we find is you don't have a dedicated mattress. I mean, or a dedicated bed. So full queen.
Full queen, 60 by 80. And we actually, in Somerset, we are having somebody custom make these mattresses for us with a pillow top on top of the mattress already. So you're going to have a really comfortable sleeping experience.
The opportunity to have a dedicated pillow top mattress without modification is, well, that's huge. Because that's money that you're not spending to take it to the next level.
Right.
Now, back here we have all of the required, if you will. You've got, you're going to have your full entertainment system. You're going to have your integrated television, which, by the way, yes, I can go with that small TV that fits into, or I want to attach a monster TV to this thing. Let's make that happen. Everything else is at your fingertips. I don't got to get out of bed, if you will, to adjust my volume on my radio system that's working throughout the entire travel trailer. On the back end here, look at the reading lamps. Once again, these are all LED and at your fingertips. You have dedicated USB ports and 110 outlets, and you've got air. The air that can roll through here from these Galley type windows means, guess what? Yeah, you'll be in a position where I'm sure I'm going to utilize that AC system, but the amount of light that's pouring through here along with the air is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to wrap up my portion, and before I send this over to Chris, by stating very simply, the Little Guy Max gives us what we're asking for from the industry. And it's been supplied to us by Little Guy. We're now going to be able to, let's say, take it to the next level and offer not just travel trailers that are equipped the way we want them to be, but I can roll down the road, whether it's the weekend warrior thing or going full-time. But the other thing about that is I'm finally doing it with an element of quality that you just do not see in the industry. And what that does is puts me in a position where, hey, come on over and take a look. Because guess what? You're going camping. So once again, I want to thank Chris for coming over and talking a little bit about the Little Guy Max.
And if you've noticed, I really have talked very little, you know, considering what's normally the case with these videos.
I appreciate that. One other thing I'm going to point out, the floor of this. We all talk about, you know, how product is constructed. I don't want to miss this, but go ahead and tell them a little bit about what you've done as far as construction of the floor.
Actually, you know, I'm not a manufacturing guy, so to speak, but the floor is one of my favorite features. It's called Performa Max 500. Dylan was able to find it and outsource it, and it's going to be in all of our trailers. It's actually 3/4 inch thick, and then the top of it is resin-based. So there is no way for water to get through this thing. Actually, when water hits down here, it just sits right up on top of it. So there's nowhere for water to get into the frame, get into the box underneath the trailer where you worry about rotting and everything else. So it's going to be impermeable to liquids. It just kind of sits on top, and because there's going to be spills, so it sits on top and then you just clean it up. So that's one of my favorite features about the trailer.
We wanted to thank you for maybe a little extended video on the Little Guy Max. Once again, we're Haydocy Airstream, Columbus, Ohio. We take pride in our relationship with the Little Guy corporate and what we have to do as far as, let's say, the future. These guys believe in us, we believe in them. So with that, I want to say thank you. Thank you certainly to Chris Baum and the guys at Little Guy for making the Max, making it happen, and listening, because that's what this is all about. And with that, I want to say thank you, Chris.
Well, thanks, Eric, and it's always great. First time to share stage with you formally, so my profile is certainly going to go down. But yeah, I mean, we value the relationship with Haydocy as much as, or more than anybody that we've got. You know, the little guy Max. This is the first location to land it, and people have already bought it this week. You know, we're not going to have inventory issues going down the road. Manufacturing is up and banging. It's been interesting getting manufacturing going, but we're excited because now, for the first time, we control the process from beginning to end. You know, we've always been the leader from sales, marketing, distribution, all of that, but now we're going to be an industry leader from a manufacturing standpoint. We've got other models in the prototype stage. Right now, there's going to be a slow rollout of the Max going across the country. Obviously, Haydocy got it first, and they've already seen the results. So thanks for taking the time to check out the video. There's going to be more and more videos, but make sure you get out to a dealer, check out the trailer. If you're anywhere remotely close to here, make sure you stop in here and check out the Max.
Once again, thanks, Chris. I'm Eric Davis, Haydocy Airstream. Call me. Area code 614-279-8880. Pick up the phone. You got questions, I got answers. Happy camping.